Have you ever been in a loud, crowded restaurant and it's time for you to pay your bill and you're trying to get the attention of the waiter? So you try to do it a little bit, cute. You lift your hand, but you're ignored because the restaurant is too busy. You try to speak at noise level, right? Where anybody and everybody could hear you, but you're still ignored by the waiter. So you decide you're going to go for it. And you say, "Excuse me." But when you do that, the entire restaurant goes silent. And everyone is looking at you. Not just the waiter. Well, what did you do? You made one bold move. And in this noisy world of business, that's sometimes what it takes. Because there are many voices, but there's only one voice like yours. And just like my mentor taught me, you need to learn to be a voice, not an echo. So in this video, I'm going to help you find your voice. Stay tuned. So that was me. The person who was competing with so many voices, and I was trying to find myself. Who am I? What kind of value do I give? How do I package that value? And I realized that I needed to be me, Janelle Nikita Henry. Yes, my middle name is Nikita. I could say my whole government name on here because I proudly own my name and I have nothing about my name to hide. Janelle Nikita Henry is my name. Don't you dare forget it. You're going to see it everywhere in the future. But as I was saying, I didn't own my voice, right? And sometimes I was trying to be like what I saw and not who I am. This is all the way me. A little dramatic. She likes to dress really well, She could be a little goof sometimes. She could be overly serious. But it's all me. It's all me. So I have to ask you this question. Where are you hiding your voice? Are you shrinking to fit into a space that needs your full presence? Are you saying what's safe, not what's real? And are you blending in because you're afraid that standing out might make you feel lonely? Well, real talk. This business street is really full, right? Everybody who's somebody, who's got a mama and a daddy, who has a dog in the backyard, right? Who lives in a city or a townhouse or a house or rented. Everybody's in the business street. So if you're still second guessing yourself, you probably won't succeed here. And that's just the truth. So my question is, what do you want to see? And it's not what the algorithm likes or not what your niche expects. Because in this world, somebody's always going to try to label you. But you need to firstly label yourself. I am who I say I am, not what you want me to be or not who you think I am. So what message has been burning inside of you that you have not said out loud yet? Because this is the truth. People are drawn to the real you, not the filtered, calculated, rehearsed version, but the real you. This is the real Janelle Nikita Henry. All day, every day, not just some days. So when I tell you I've been there, when I thought, well, there's no space for what I have to say. Maybe people have said this before. Maybe people don't want to hear what I have to say. Oh, well, I'm still out here talking, aren't I? Somebody's listening. I'm sure about that. But the thing is, if you keep comparing yourself to others, you will never feel good about what you need to say. Your audience wants to hear what you need to say, but you need to get the courage, the boldness, the unmitigated goal to say what you need to say. So the business street doesn't really need another product. It needs your perspective and it needs your presence. What's the one bold message that you're afraid to post, to share, or to teach? And it's real bold, eh? It's like bolder than bold. And you're like, oh boy, I can't even say that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. What's the truth that you've been talking yourself out of saying because it might be too different? I mean, who decided what was different anyway? Who sets the benchmark for what is too different to be said? Who does that? So let me tell you, your breakthrough is living on this side where you decide you're going to say the things that need to be said and you're going to build the business that needs to be built. Because you're sitting down on that problem and you're saying, well, maybe I don't need to help people do that. And you have all the expertise and all the experience, but you're still stuck. But here we go from what? Stuck to unstoppable. So, shameless plug. If you're struggling with your identity and you really want to become an influential person, I encourage you to join. This is someone that I'm very fond of and they've really helped me hone my identity in my business, and his name is Coach Marion Davis, and he's right here on YouTube. I'll have a link in the description box so that you can join his challenge, Identity to Influence, right? And he's going to help you walk through some fundamental questions and bring you into that space and that place that you need to be at. But let's continue. So every time I'm struggling to do something new, I imagine myself like a baby calf. Now, I know this is weird, but I want you to just kind of stick with me, right? Because I want to help you get the permission to just be new and do something new. So I don't know if you've ever seen a baby calf when they're born, and the mother just pushes out the baby calf, and the baby calf just came out, right? And they're lying there, and then they have to figure out how to get up. And when they get up, sometimes they topple back over because they're new to these four legs, right? And then eventually they find their footing and they stand, they topple over. But after they've learned to stand, do you know what they have to do? Walk. And then the calf is there, wobbly, with all these four legs trying to figure out, well, which leg goes first? How does it go? And it's just there. And every time I feel foolish, starting something new or being new at something, I see myself like that baby calf. But the baby calf doesn't stay an inexperienced baby, does it? It becomes an older cow who is able to do certain things. And I'm saying to you, what can you give yourself more grace for to be new and inexperienced with? Like, where are you not giving yourself grace? If you go back on this channel and you look at my YouTube videos, oh baby, what a mess. What a mess. No structure, no flow, just vibes. But that is how sometimes you start, right? You start poorly, but then you get better. So I'm saying to you, where can you give yourself more grace to just be new and inexperienced? The next thing, you have to learn to distinguish yourself. So look at Apple, look at Samsung. You know an Android phone from an Apple phone. Now, I'm not going to tell you who I'm partial to, but baby, you know an Apple phone from a Samsung phone. Oh, yes, you do. But these two companies have owned their brands and they're out here doing their thing, right? And I'm saying to you, own yourself, own your brand as a business owner and do your thing. Do your thing. What would it look like if you were to stop competing and start creating? What part of your originality have you been afraid to show? Because you're trying to do it like everyone else because that seems to get results and your thing isn't working. But guess what? Your bold move may not be popular, but it will become profitable. Because people who pioneer things, that's people who start new things, right? They have to look like fools sometimes for years. Are you willing to look like a fool to become a pioneer? Because that's what you need to do. Be willing to look like a fool to become a pioneer. The next point, principles are the same, but practices, they're personal. So don't try to copy someone's blueprint so tightly that you lose your originality. Principles are universal, but the practice of those principles must match your voice, your story. Let it match you, your brand, right? So have you been fighting your authenticity to make $1? Have you, be real with yourself now, have you been fighting your authenticity just to make $1? It's not really worth the compromise, and say this thing to the people that you truly feel that you're supposed to help in this world. Serve the clients that you're designed to help. So don't chase the audience. The audience will be attracted to the real you, because authenticity attracts and authenticity sells every single time. And this is the last thing I want to ask you. Do you really believe that you will profit by being authentically you? Because until you do, your business will just feel like a burden. But once you believe it, you will step into that dimension where you begin to profit with peace. So my encouragement to you today is that you were sent here on this earth to be a voice, not an echo. And in the comments, if this video really jolted you and you really feel so much more motivated to be yourself in the business street, then comment, I will be a voice, not an echo. And I want you to like this channel, subscribe. Remember, go check out Coach Marian's Identity to Influence Challenge, because you're going to get helped there, right? So we make bold moves here. We say the things that need to be said to the people that we are supposed to say it to. Because in this world, we're not here to be another voice. We're not here to be another echo. We're here to be a voice. Stay real, stay blessed, take care of yourself, and always remember it's possible to profit with peace, being authentically you.